Pleasant Valley has given us, let's call it, a shockingly adequate start. Yeah, let's go with that. Hello, Legion. This is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more of The Long Dark in our Against All Odds series. So, we are here in Thompson's Crossing. I need to drink just a little bit of water. I don't have a lot of water left, unfortunately, so we're going to need to do something about that. But for now, we're going to drink that. We're also going to go ahead and eat some of this porridge. Acceptable porridge, in fact. For those of you watching the series in the, what we call the live audience, we put the live audience and the backlog audience. Those of you who are caught up with the series, or in the live audience, those of you who are watching episodes as they come out. Obviously, the content in the recorded series like Against All Odds is never streamed. So, I'm with the exception of premieres, which is still not technically live streaming. But for those of you watching in the live audience, in case you missed it, I'm going to step outside really quickly here just to see what things look like. Just looking around for predators. So in case you missed it, we did not have an episode yesterday per our schedule. There's a reason for that, and those of you who are particularly sensitive with your ears may already be noticing it. Oh, that's a wolf right there. Hold that thought. So the reason is, basically, I may or may not have spent my entire day yesterday, including the time that I would have normally spent recording. I might have spent all of that time nerding out with my microphone and my audio. True story. Hey, we found a buffer memory. So buffer memories, if you're not familiar with these are memories that sort of exist from prior to... I actually didn't know how to exit that. Is it just left click? Yeah, there we go. There are memories that exist from prior to the cataclysm that kicked off the events of The Long Dark and all of its plot. So we've already explored this store. By the way, another thing we still don't have is a bedroll. So one of the things that I need to think of is how to effectively move from zone to zone in relative safety, because I don't have the ability to rest. I have a lot of gear. That wolf is still close by. I'm just going to sprint over here. Okay. Dances with Wolves to kick off our episode today. All right. So I'm probably just going to head to Coastal Highway, truth be told, because I think that's my best shot at not only accessing places that might have a bedroll for me, because I've explored most of the loot zones in Pleasant Valley, and, well, we've got nothing, unfortunately. Okay. I'm fully rested. Condition's nice. I can drop this marine flare. I do have some books that I can read. Specifically, this sewing primer might be one of the best things to read. I'm not going to go for too much time, though, because, frankly, I need to get moving. Especially given that my water supply is kind of low. Let's go ahead and harvest this. We'll get a stick back from that. And it looks like we have some things from the plane that I can go ahead and harvest. So the plan, by the way, for those of you watching in the live audience, is we will, if I didn't mention this already, we'll do a episode today and an episode tomorrow to kind of get back on schedule. And then hopefully enjoy the differences in the meantime. Let's see. I'm sure there are plenty of you who might not pick up on it. It might not be something very noticeable, but it is to me. And for many of us, having that really good balance between like game audio and commentary, vocals, etc. is kind of everything, whether you're the YouTuber or the viewer. So, just working on it. And anyway, let's focus on what we are doing here going forward. I can get rid of this stack of papers, to be honest. Although I might, let's just harvest that for Kinder. Of course, we won't need tinder forever. I have 35 sticks. Okay. Now, the problem is, if I go outside, I will probably encounter that wolf again. But I might be able to run across the bridge, at the very least. We know that wolf is somewhat close to Thompson's Crossing. At least they will not be aurorified anymore.
And this pack is getting kind of heavy.
Weather's actually pretty good at the moment. I'll take it. Let's see what we got. No wolf over there. No wolf seemingly over here either. This is one area of the zone I haven't visited yet. There are still a few cars in the zone that I could technically search. But for the most part, I have searched the loot-bearing areas, shall we say, of Pleasant Valley. It's weirdly quiet over here, but I'm going to take advantage. Let's check this trunk, and I'm going to head towards Coastal Highway, because I think that's my best shot. Most important task right now is to find a bedroll, while continuing to gather other supplies. Alright, I do hear some wolves in the general direction that I need to be moving, which frankly doesn't surprise me. It does annoy me a little bit, but it doesn't surprise me. Okay, that's just straw. Alright, oh, I don't see any wolves immediately up that slope. I do see a replacement fuse. There was some wondering in the previous episodes in the comments from some regular community members. One of my moderators, in fact, about what's the point of doing the signal void stuff if we've already completed it once? Why would you do signal void towers again, Hadrian? Didn't we complete that in the Season 0 runs of Against All Odds? And the answer is yes, we did the tails, but actually unlocking the individual caches in each zone and unlocking the loot that each tail provides at the end of each one, you can't just walk up and walk into those places. It's not automatically unlocked for all time. You still have to unlock it. So, at least that's my understanding based on when the tails were put into the game. And it's been confirmed by some community members. And I've only completed the tails once. You have to bear that in mind too. Okay, this is making me really nervous because it's a totally blind slope. And I can't see a damn thing, and I know there are wolves somewhere. I see a deer up on top of that ridge. That's an interesting place for a deer. Alright. I'm being very cheeky right now because, again, lots of blind corners, and God knows where the wolves actually are. But I'm walking in an area that would have typically been safe. I'm going to do this a lot during this series. I'm going to, like, still lean towards pathways that feel safe based on experience, even though technically that experience has been completely invalidated. It is what it is. Okay, moment of truth. This should give us
Jeez, this is cold.
a good view of anything that is an imminent threat. Okay, I'm actually going to poke my head out on top of this rock. Oh, cool. There's a deer down there. So if there's a deer down there, there's not a wolf down there. Or the deer would be running. That is more accurately a demon. Hello, demon. Okay, we're going to go up this way and head straight into Pleasant Valley. We might lose a little bit of health. We have full health, by the way. Like I said, Pleasant Valley's given us a pretty decent start. All things considered. All things considered, it's not too bad. Alright, let me not assume that it's safe up this direction. I just caught myself walking backwards up the slope, and it's like, why would you do that? Why in the world
Never felt so cold in my life.
would you even go that way? So let's think. If we go to Coastal Highway next, one of the best locations. So there are two choices. For those of you newer to the Long Dark, or who haven't played in a long time, or maybe haven't played since the very early days, because the game has been out for 10 years, so there's probably a huge variance in terms of like how much people have actually played the game. For a long time, and I think still, there's a significant chunk of the player base that never leaves Mystery Valley. Or not Mystery Valley, Mystery Lake, excuse me. In terms of like where the player base tends to expand out to and survive in. You'll start in Mystery Lake and stay in Mystery Lake. And not go anywhere else. And it makes Raphael sad. And we don't like to make Raphael sad. That is, of course, a reference to Raphael Van Lierop, the creative director and CEO, I believe, of Hinterland. And The Long Dark by extension. Alright, I've got plenty of sticks, so I'm not going to pick those up. I know. Sacrilege. I'm not picking up every stick. Shame on me. But I think what I'd rather do is get inside this cave.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Now, I do not currently have a lantern either. I'm hoping this cave will change that. I'm going to grab this coal, which will weigh me down. But, yeah, unfortunately, I've only got these awesome... I mean, I have one flare, but I don't want to use a flare right now. I'm going to use a match. I know. I don't really have a choice. I need to get through this zone. I have plenty of torches that I can chain, so I can make sure that I get the most out of that match. We're going to go this way first and check for loot. A bedroll is less likely in this cave, but anything is possible. We got quality toolkit. Oh yeah, there's the new model for the quality tools. Love that. I remember seeing that in one of the screenshots while I was preparing the intro of this series and going, oh my goodness, that is a completely new model. It's not just a red version of the existing toolbox, which is pretty great. It's always nice to see little updates like that to distinguish one item from another. There's another piece of coal. Okay, the thing about harvesting coal from any cave, even when you're just naturally grabbing it along a pathway like this, is that coal is heavy. And coal is pretty abundant even on higher difficulty. I wonder if that's one of the custom settings. I wouldn't be surprised if that was one of the custom settings they're going to give us the ability to tweak. See, look, there's 4 pieces right here. I will grab all 4, but I need to be careful. Okay, I also don't want to waste too much of this torch. Alright, that's about as slow as I want to be walking, to be honest. Because the thing is, yeah, I'm not even going to grab that coal. It's worth it to leave some. If you're going through a pathway where you will potentially make more than one trip, you don't necessarily have to grab all the coal the first time. That's not something that is required of you. You can wait. Okay, so here is one of the other rooms I really wanted to inspect. Okay, we've got some scrap metal, which I will pick up. Firearm cleaning kit. Not bad. We've got a couple of those now. No firearms yet, though. Okay, gonna have to start a new torch soon. Don't love that. Ah, more film. We found one of every type of film so far, which is wild to me. Oh wow, all 3 of these are locked. But the consensus seems to be that the film is a relatively common drop, which is kind of what I was wondering when it happened.
Drink almost anything about now.
Because it was within the first episode, we got one of each of the main 3 film types. There's only one camera in the world. Okay. Chained it. We're just going to leave that one behind. I am encumbered enough. Thank you very much. God, there's so much coal in here. Yeah, I have no problem leaving this much coal behind. I will be able to harvest this cave in a future run with additional coal. Okay, so we've got a dead body back here, which I was expecting. Rest in peace. Now, this is not a... Notice that we don't have the option to pull up the safe house customization menu, so we can't clear all corpses as we find them. We can only clear corpses that are in safe houses. That's how that works. Oh, there's a sewing kit. Very nice. So let's grab that. Don't want to take too much time here. This is just one big loop, but I want to walk it nevertheless. Probably just more coal that I'm going to skip over, but I just want to be absolutely sure. So I've mentioned this several times in the series already, but for those of you newer to the game, again, in the last calendar year, year and a half or so, most recently, within just this last update, we had a complete wildlife refresh. So as I've mentioned many times, sounding like a broken record, the animals are all in different places and we don't know where the threats are. But also, about a year ago, year and a half ago, the loot tables were completely refreshed. So it's an interesting time to be a Long Dark veteran because you know how to play the game, but you kind of don't know where anything is anymore. Hey, more matches. Nice. And another stem. So we can consider that Pleasant Valley's last gift, in a way. It's very nice. Okay, and I'm not necessarily going to light another... Oh, wait, hold on, what's this? Toque? Yep, cotton toque. Let's step out here and see how it looks, because I'm not going to light another torch. Granted, we just got some matches, which is nice. But, yeah, I don't think I need to light another torch, unless, one thing I could do... Yeah, see, there is wind, so it's likely to blow out my torch anyway. Son of a... Are you kidding me? That was a Hadrian shake for the ages. Oh my god. Okay, alright, hold on. Listen, I don't have a weapon that I can fight you with. Can you not? Can you please not? Pretty please, and thanks. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Got it. Alright. Okay, well. That was unexpected. Should have known, though. Because there's usually a wolf in that area. It's just, again, there's usually a wolf in that area and has been for 10 years. So, some wolves, as I mentioned, have not moved. Let's go ahead and drink some coffee. That will give me some energy. It will replenish a little bit of thirst. Now, unfortunately, I can't start a fire here in the entrance of the cave. So there's not a lot I can do with this lovely torch at the moment. So I think what I would like to do here is see if I can get around that wolf, because there's no way I'm getting around him when I'm this encumbered.
Man, this pack is getting kind of heavy.
Because we're going to drop all of that coal. Yeah, I know. I know. I know. We're going to drop some sticks, too. I'll keep... $15 of them. There we go. So now we're not encumbered. We still have some wood, still have some books, have some things we can burn. We can come back here for some things later on. Let's poke our head out and see if that wolf decided to bugger off. Probably not. Oh god, is it around the other corner? That would be so mean. No, it's not. Okay, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Go, 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 go. Okay. Really quickly gonna chain torches here. because I would like to start a fire since the wind has calmed down. We're going to start a fire and use that to get more water. I'm going to sprint to the door here just in case there's a wolf coming from that direction. Doesn't seem like there is. So we really lucked out there. The wolf went another direction rather quickly. Okay, we will use the torch, use a book, and tinder plug. I have accelerant, but I'm just going to go with the 80% start chance and cross my fingers. Feel free to cross them with me. Alright, not bad. Alright, we're going to huddle down by this fire. I'm really hoping that I'm able to get both of these fully. But for now, there's not a lot else I can do with this torch. I might as well extinguish it. While we're waiting on this, I could do some reading. I would need to go ahead and pass time on this, though. Well, not necessarily, because it wouldn't have boiled off. Here's what I'll do. We'll drink that. That way thirst is not a threat while I'm reading. Now, this is still melting, so we can read for like an hour. Let's do that.
I could eat anything right now.
Alright, 20 minutes till it's boiled. I am not going to do anything more with that. We're just going to wait until it's done. I think I'll conserve the rest of my fire starting. I'm tempted to add more to this fire and do more with it, but we are very near some kind of explorable locations. Interesting. One thing that was pointed out, I think I said this in the last episode of the one before that, but like it was mentioned that the wind variability might mess with the blizzard sounds. It's not obvious to me that that storm is a blizzard, but apparently that's a long-standing bug with wind variability being set to low, is that blizzards don't sound the same. I was worried that it would mean that we don't hear wind whatsoever, but it actually seems to be, if we are indeed encountering the bug that this person was describing, and again, I appreciate the heads up about it, it's just going to be an aspect of this playthrough, which, good to know. But blizzards will not sound like blizzards, even when they are. Possibly. I'm not 100% sure that's how it's going to play out yet, but that's kind of what it's seeming like. Okay, there's some driving gloves. Very nice. Awesome that we got those extra matches. They were wood matches too, which is a nice find. Okay, I need to eat more potatoes. Game, listen, I am in shelter. I'm safe. I have water. I have food. There's no need to give me ominous music. There's no need to try and scare me this much. It's gonna be fine. I've only been jump scared once this episode. You have done far worse to me. All right, let's go ahead and sleep for a few hours. This is going to get through most of the rest of the day, but I want to make sure that I'm rested for my trip here. Yeah, it's getting dark. Still sounds like the weather is rather gross. Yeah, that's unfortunate. This doesn't seem like a blizzard, though. Just from the way the snowflakes are kind of flickering through the air. So, man, I really don't just want to stay indoors for this entire evening, but I think it's probably the best thing to do. Remember, I don't have a bedroll, so I need to get to somewhere where there are beds. And if I'm at a place where there already are beds, I don't need to be cavalier. with Jennifer's life. So let's go ahead and continue reading. We should be able to get 1 hour in here, maybe. Beautiful. All right, so we've got 1 hour that we still can read. Not going to do it right now. If an aurora starts, we might try to risk it. I guess one thing I can do is get rid of some extra clothing, because we no longer need the sport vest. We can harvest that. This will free up a little bit more weight. And then, yep, we want to harvest this. We can also go ahead and harvest the improvised head wrap. That's going to take 10 minutes. Harvest the ragged cotton toque, and that'll be most of what I can do here. Can't even do any repairs at the moment. Okay. Yeah, that's everything. So, man, I don't like it. Because this is a lot of calories getting burned. But I want to try and get through the night. Okay, the storm does seem to be dissipating. It's hard to tell whether or not that was a fully fledged blizzard. I'm kind of intrigued by this. If what we're seeing right now is what I was describing a moment ago, with the wind variability being bugged. I'm kind of intrigued by this because it does actually add more challenge than I was expecting, which is that you can't necessarily tell by the sound itself what kind of weather you're dealing with. So you have to kind of eyeball it and get a sense for, like, what's the temperature, how fast is the wind blowing, what's visibility like, all of that. And I think I like that. I think that's interesting to me. Okay, now we have an aurora. So, if we were feeling frisky, which, because I'm starting to run low on food, let's go ahead and confirm we are in fact feeling frisky. We could leave this trailer. And I want to peek around this corner. Actually, no, I don't. I forgot. I want to go around this way. This is the golden path. And it's hilarious how recently I've learned this. But if you're new to the Long Dark, you see this? This is the pathway. This is the way. Alright, so that's the logging camp down there. I don't see any wildlife immediately below me, but who knows? We have full health, so technically, if an Aurora Wolf were to jump me right now, it wouldn't be the end of my life, but I wouldn't be happy about it. The wolves in this custom code are slightly rebalanced from interloper wolves. That actually reminds me, I still need to do a more thorough coverage video of the custom code and what's different about it, so I will do that. Holidays have been crazy, as per usual. Oof. Okay, let's get inside. Oh boy. There might be some loot in here, we'll see. Another sewing kit. A lot of sewing kits so far. Decent amount of matches, but I still need to be careful. Okay. Yeah, let's now just, well, I have the Aurora, so I could actually read again. So let's read for an hour. And this will finish one of the books. specifically the sewing manual that I have. Not quite going to get a skill up from that, but that's okay. Let's sleep for a couple hours. That should end the aurora. And I know exactly what I want to try to do here. It's going to be a little bit difficult, but we're going to try it. I do want to go ahead and eat this carrot because I'm running low on calories. I do have some coffee that I can drink. That's good. I don't love the idea of leaving here, though, while there's so little light. I don't have a lot of calories, though. So, all right, so there's an old bedroll on the ground there. And that, by the way, that's exactly why I don't like the idea of leaving. Yeah, I tell you what, let's just read for 1 hour. I hate it. I really do hate it. Because I don't really have what I need in order to keep my calories topped up. But at the same time, the possibility that there could be something that I really need, like a bedroll, hiding in a dark corner here that I wouldn't see because I left before I could actually put my eyes on it. So those old bedrolls, those are just good for cloth. Beef jerky. See? I mean, that's good enough. That's good enough. That proves the point. Wanted to make sure that I didn't miss anything in here. Okay, here's what I want to do. We're going to leave. I'm going to poke my head out this way. In days of yore, there could sometimes be a wolf hanging out right here. Doesn't seem like there is this time. So it looks like there's a couple different ways we could play this. There's the fishing cabins over there. I'm going to stay low for a second just to make absolutely sure that the coast is clear to the left and right here. Mainly to the right. Yep, that's good enough for me. Let's gun it. So it's actually surprisingly warm for the current time of day. I'm going to check both of these huts. I'm going to dare to poke my head over here and check inside this hut. Because these are good bedroll spawn locations. And I see 3 deer near the island there. One of the reasons I wanted to come to Coastal Highway first, rather than coming to Mystery Lake, in addition to the fact that this is just not the path that I've taken as often in recent playthroughs, is that the traders... Oh, there's the mine back there. Alright, there's a wolf over there. The trader's cache is here in Coastal Highway. So that's fun. We still haven't spoken to said trader, but his cache is here. There's Small Arms Handbook, very nice. Nothing else here. Cool. Great. Wonderful. Alright, we're going to check that. Then we're going to go pretty much straight... Hello? Thought I heard a wolf. We're going to go pretty much straight up to the house. And hopefully not get jump scared. Is that a wolf there on top of... No, it's not. That's just a black speck on the rock. Yeah. Okay. That house is our destination. There are 3 deer in between me. 2 doe, 1 buck. In between me and the island, which for me is somewhat reassuring. It implies there's not a wolf within a certain radius, otherwise the wolf would be attacking them. So it's not a guarantee of safety, but it is reassuring. I have definitely, over the course of the past couple years of content, had moments... Nice. Fishing skill book there. I think I actually don't need that toolkit that I just picked up, though. Let's drop that. Also have an extra pry bar. Let's drop one of those. Drop that. Save a little bit of weight. I have, over the course of the last couple of years of content, one thing that has definitely happened, much to my chagrin, is that I have commented on, oh look, there are bunnies just wandering around, you know, calmly here. That means there are no wolves nearby. And then in the following seconds, timber wolf or wolf, I don't remember what kind of wolf it is, but just like immediately got jumped by a very, very threatening, very angry, very hungry predator. So there are wolves back toward the fishing huts, interestingly enough. And there could be a wolf up here. You'll recall that it was a wolf up on the top of one of these islands. I think it was the other island now. There's a dock over there now. That's wild. Hi, bunny. Alright, I'm going to go toward the bunny. Hello? Are you going to run from me? Perfect. Okay. I'm going to step inside. That is the 36-minute mark for this episode. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and stop this one here. In the next one, we're going to loot up the coastal house and then probably head over to Misanthropes because this is a pretty good, as you saw, we have good visibility of where the wolves might be over there. And then I can head up to that house and then head inland to some of the houses that might have more loot for me. Need a bedroll. Need one. Need it in my life so that I can constantly worry about whether or not I'm leaving it behind. It's important. And hopefully we'll find one in the next episode. Hopefully 2 tops. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. For early episodes, channel emotes, and member badges, look for the join button. New episodes will be arriving at 1 p.m. US Eastern Time every other day, and comments are always welcome, so leave your thoughts below, and I'll see you next time.